One of the most difficult and dangerous contests in cycling. The motorcycles are equipped with special mud chains to give extra traction. For the hill is so steep, spectators need help from a rope to reach the top. Seasoned hill climbers say reaching the top is a matter of proper timing. In this line, it's no cinch to start at the bottom and get to the top. The secret is accelerating at the proper moment, usually about 2/3 of the way up. Here's what happens when you run out of power. The rider must roll with his bike when he sees a spill coming, or he'll incur serious injury from the tumbling machine. A bike out of control is a hazard to everyone, especially the driver. Leg injuries, as suffered by this cyclist, are frequent. This climber has his rear wheel geared to a slow speed and almost makes it. The winner is Sam Arena of Palo Alto, California.
And the Torchlight Parade starts contestants off on the great classic of continental bicycling, the cross-country race from Bordeaux to Paris. The race starts late at night and runs into the next day. A great test of physical endurance over a distance of 372 miles. Highways and streets are cleared in advance as the racers approach, and whole cities turn out to see them pass. Newsreel cameramen, reporters, and even radio broadcasters follow the racers on motorcycles, cars, and trucks. It's one of France's most popular sporting events. The contestants don't even stop to eat. They're handed food from trucks and eat as they ride. The leaders reach the outskirts of Paris and wind up the race on a stadium track. Jeff Summers, the Belgian winner, maintained an average speed of over 20 miles an hour for 18 hours. Seems a little tired.
Preparation for a tragic motorcycle race in Sweden. The black-capped driver, a European champ, will meet his death. Sweden's Prince Bertil is among the crowd, unaware of impending disaster. The field gets away to a fast start. The flag goes down for the final lap. As they pass from view on the turn, a cloud of dust brings spectators to their feet. One minute of silence is observed shortly afterwards as word reaches the crowd that the ace cyclist was killed after losing control of his machine. Horrified onlookers hear that a faulty carburetor made it impossible for him to shut off the gas. But the vintage is 1910. Against competition of autos of similar antiquity, like this 1913 Stutz, it is entered in the Grand Prix and the Vanderbilt Cup races, thrilling recreations of the colorful classics that made sports headlines before the First World War. You'll probably recall this 1914 Model T Ford. Another entry is a 1907 Benz, with which Barney Oldfield made racing history. Before the race, a parade of horseless carriages shows us what an Easter auto parade looked like nearly half a century ago. You'll observe that the style of passenger cars has changed a lot more radically than that of the racers. Apparently, the racing designers of that era were far ahead of their time. In 25 laps, this field of veteran cars races 12.5 miles at speeds that made our parents catch their breath. The 1910 Cadillac shoots ahead. However, it is hard pressed by a 1910 Simplex and a 1909 Mercedes. These same cars participated in exactly such races before World War I. The cars belong to Lindy Bothwell, who takes time out from growing oranges to have his antiques raced. Lately, the races have become popular in the West and are even sanctioned by the Automobile Association of America. Surprising speeds were reached by these cars while auto racing was still in its infancy. For example, the 1907 Stearns, which Bothwell is driving, has a top speed of 115 miles per hour, almost enough to qualify it for the Indianapolis Speedway. The men behind the wheels of these cars today are veterans of modern racetracks. They drive expertly, providing nostalgic thrills for the spectators who represent the horseless carriage clubs of California and Nevada. Into the final lap, it's anybody's race. The Vanderbilt Cup is won by Danny Oates, the national midget car driving champion, who averaged better than 50 miles per hour.
At Langhorne, Pennsylvania, a series of accidents and collisions in a 100-mile stock car race turns the track into a mass of flaming wreckage. Count the cars involved in this freak series of mishaps. Again and again and again. When the dust clears, the toll is heavy as the trouble-ridden grind is finally ended by the biggest pileup in racing history. The crowd rushes out to help, but a miracle. No one is killed, only 2 seriously injured, 8 more hurt.